on avait une entrée de journal à lire. Pour commencer, je suis suspendue. Et il n'a fallu qu'un seul appel anonyme pour que ça arrive. Bien sûr, Renier veut prendre le contrôle du département. Elle n'oubliera jamais que l'on m'a choisi pour occuper ce poste à sa place, et maintenant elle veut le récupérer. Mais qui est la personne qui a appelé? Quelqu'un qui savait beaucoup de choses sur moi, même si je ne sais pas où il les a trouvées. Kira qui soi-disant n'existe pas. Nous aurons beaucoup à nous dire toutes les deux. Mais je dois d'abord aller en Finlande, à l'endroit où Jacques Sec est censé avoir laissé ses affaires personnelles. Ah, c'est compliqué cette histoire, hein. Bon. Qu'est-ce qu'on a? On va parler au petit monsieur.
Diego is also quite nervous. I'd say Renier gave him hell too. Do you know anything about that anonymous call?
Unfortunately not.
At least, was it a feminine voice?
No idea. Renier won't tell me anything.
But Kira, I don't understand. She wanted specifically me, all those records from the FBI.
I saw the records. The FBI may have requested you, but her name is missing. It's really strange.
Ok.
Lara, we should take you home already.
I'd like to look through the file, if it's not too much to ask.
Fine, we'll wait. But please don't delay it needlessly.
Je vais regarder le fichier et puis je vais regarder tous les petits machins. Regardez, genre le détecteur d'incendie. Rien que pour vous faire chier.
There should be information on Theodor Yatsek in the file. He's my prime suspect.
Theodor Jaczek, polonais, né le 8 mai 1974. Travaille pour Argo depuis 1999. Réputé être l'un des meilleurs experts. Plusieurs fois, il lui a été offert une promotion et un transfert au centre analytique du siège principal à Rotterdam, mais il voulait travailler dehors. J'ai trouvé plusieurs de ses papiers, principalement sur diverses techniques de restauration. Il n'a pas de casier judiciaire, mais il a été 2 fois impliqué dans des bagarres qui ont dû être réglées par la police. Ce n'est certainement pas quelqu'un de passif. Il semble qu'il ait des problèmes d'agressivité lorsqu'il a bu. Par contre, il semble être très apprécié quand il est sobre. J'ai une photo d'un magazine qu'il a envoyé avec un papier. Avec un papier? Je sais que ce n'est pas beaucoup. J'y sais.
The file didn't tell me much, but at least it contains a photo. I could use that photo. Let's hope no one will notice it missing.
Bon, t'as rien vu, hein, Diego?
A while ago, I posted a memo discussing how meetings should be as effective as possible. I suspect that no one has actually read it.
On s'en fout.
The outside temperature is well below average. The heating is fully on.
Ouais, bon, c'est bon, j'ai compris. Ça sert à rien de regarder tout ça. Peut-être qu'on a encore un dialogue à faire. Suite à ce qu'on a lu? Non, pas du tout.
Well, we should really...
Allons-y, on devrait y aller, allons-y. Bon, allez, on y va.
Great. The entrance is guarded by 2 colleagues. I don't have my badge and I desperately need to get to Finland. But I will get there. I'll fly to Finland. I've arranged the flight, now I've just got to get out of the house unnoticed.
Bah, par l'arrière de la maison, je dirais.
I could sneak out of my flat through here, but our balcony is too high to jump down.
Est-ce qu'il n'y a pas moyen de se faire une corde avec des draps, comme dans tous les films? Le fameux tableau qu'on a laissé là parce qu'on n'a pas le choix, n'est-ce pas? Est-ce que... Ouais, des draps.
We got these sheets as a wedding gift. They're made of high-quality material. Max's father spared no expense.
Et voilà.
Now I have to get out of the flat. I don't know how the sheets could help me in that.
Bah tu te fais une corde. Hein. Je l'ai déchiré.
I'll cut off a strip from the sheets.
Ok.
I think I could improve it somehow.
C'est un tout petit, hein?
The linen we got as a wedding gift is now cut into pieces. Not that it would matter.
On va l'allonger avec une serviette de bain. Ah, super, c'est vrai en plus. Et un t-shirt.
I really don't want to damage this shirt, and what's more, Max used to wear it quite often. I wouldn't count on it being strong enough.
Bon, bah, c'est suffisant, ça.
It should be able to carry me. At least in movies it usually works. And if those movies are only crap, it will probably hurt a lot.
Bah oui, ça marche dans les films, hein. C'est pour ça que j'y ai pensé. Et je suis contente que, bah voilà, l'énigme était quand même relativement logique. Comment je fais pour descendre? Là. Bon, j'espère qu'il fallait rien prendre d'autre. De toute façon, j'ai la moitié de ma maison avec moi. Ah oui, on n'a pas regardé.
My prime suspect, Theodore Yatsek.
Et quoi, c'est quoi le problème avec ce type? Est-ce que c'est sous-entendu que ce serait lui qui aurait fait les meurtres? Je suis vraiment désolée, mais j'arrive pas à comprendre où le jeu veut en venir, en fait. Bon, allez hop.
There's no point in tying it, it's too short.
Non! C'est trop short. Bon. Bah, je sais pas, est-ce qu'on a autre chose? Il me semble qu'on a rien d'autre, hein. Là-dedans, il n'y avait plus rien. Qu'est-ce que je pourrais faire? Aller voir sur la table? Qu'est-ce que je pourrais faire avec ça? Rien non plus. Bah dans les étagères, il n'y avait rien d'autre non plus. Bah, je reprendrai un morceau de lit. Elle aurait pu le faire direct, hein, entre nous. Si c'était ça.
Good, now I'll cut one more strip.
Ok, bah, coup de temps qu'à faire, hein.
I won't gain anything by
Bah,
that.
voyons. Une fois oui, mais deux fois non. Enfin, deux fois oui, mais trois fois non. Voilà, et quoi, ce coup-ci, c'est bon? Voilà. Bon, ça y est?
There's no point in tying it, it's too short. It should be able to carry me. At least in movies it usually works. And if those movies are only crap, it will probably hurt a lot. There's no point in... There's no point... Am I to use...
Bon, je viens d'aller voir une solution et vous allez pas le croire. Monte. Que fallait-il faire? Bah, fallait prendre le troisième morceau, évidemment.
And I'll take the remaining piece too.
Ouais, c'est ça. Moi qui disais que l'énigme était plus ou moins logique. Ouais. Déjà, s'il nous avait donné cette vue-là, on aurait pu savoir que c'était vachement haut. Parce que comme ça, bah, on sait pas trop, quoi.
I must be really crazy to climb from such a height with only a rope made of bed sheets. I'd better take only really important things with me. The rest can stay here.
Avec ses petits talons.
So, the first step on the way to Finland. Before I wasn't sure if I was doing something that would infuriate Renier. This time at least I'm certain of it.
Ah, et c'est moi qui dois dégager de là? Ok. Pourquoi pas. Ah, une cage avec des outils. Faut qu'on se remplisse les poches avant de prendre l'avion, hein. Qu'est-ce qu'on a là?
This thing is pretty heavy, and you can't really see well wearing it. I once saw a worker adjusting letters of the sign up there, and I really didn't envy him.
Donc, comme d'habitude, on va faire ça. Ah ah! Vous voyez, je commence à avoir des réflexes, hein.
There's something hidden under that cloth.
Un mort.
The neon numbers that are to be fixed to that sign are kept here.
Il va y avoir une énigme avec ça.
Those are the 2 missing numbers of the foundation date from the sign above. The serviceman took down the letters, repaired them, and put some of them back using the welding machine.
Attends, c'est les pieds de Lara? Ça fout les jetons. Et moi, je suis quoi? Je suis une espèce de dieu omniscient? Ok.
It's the clamp from the welding machine, but I don't have any idea how to use it. The welding machine seems to be out of order.
D'accord. C'est peut-être moi qui visite les choses dans le mauvais ordre, mais je trouve que les énigmes sont toujours aussi mal amenées dans ce jeu. Ah, faut trouver une manière d'ouvrir la porte, c'est ça?
The door looks sturdy. Brute force won't get me through it, and I would make too much noise. I see a padlock on the other side of the door. So that's why the door doesn't have an ordinary lock. There's a padlock on the other side. Unfortunately, there's no chance of reaching it. There's not even a keyhole. The locking mechanism must work in some other way. I would have expected the door to be locked.
Ok, donc en soi c'est pas super compliqué parce qu'on n'a pas 10 milliards de trucs dans nos poches cette fois.
If I didn't see the serviceman in action 1 or 2 times, I wouldn't have had any idea what this was used for.
C'est pour mettre de la matière supplémentaire, c'est ça? Dans une soudure? Je sais pas, moi j'essaye tout.
I'd say that this... Good idea, but I won't be able to keep the lock using that. I need something else besides this.
Ok, elle a besoin de quelque chose d'autre. Oh!
This trash is the only thing wrong with the location of our flat. The sounds that come from it, and evening romance, just doesn't work well together. I must be really crazy to... Now I need to get out of the flat and to Finland. I'm not going to climb back. The neon sign isn't repaired yet. It takes unbelievably long. Rodin Cafe is working, but the foundation date is only half repaired.
Bon bah on va retourner voir ça. Il y a peut-être des choses que je peux utiliser maintenant. Ou est-ce que je peux simplement utiliser un truc sur un autre ici?
I'd say that this won't lead anywhere.
Oups, oula. Ouah.
I won't gain anything by... Am I to use those 2 things?
Ah, désolé.
I'd say that... I'd say that...
Ok.
If I didn't see this...
Ok, il y a un bout.
One end of the wire is tapered. I suppose that's the end you weld with.
Ok.
Good that the wire is so soft.
Si doux. Il est si doux, mon petit fil en métal. Alors, bon, c'est ce coup-ci. Donc on te met 20 milliards d'objets, mais ça sert à rien en fait.
With this type of lock, it's possible to set one's own combination. Now if I only knew what the repairman used.
Sérieux? Oh là là. Et là, il y a une année, c'est ça? 1900 quelque chose? Je sais pas, moi c'est le seul chiffre que je vois à l'écran, donc... 1900... Là, il y a 12,02. Et là, il y a 58. On va essayer 12,02.
I think I'll give it another try.
Oh. Ah, ok, d'accord. Non? Ça fait rien, c'est ça? Ok, bon bah 1900... Il y avait un 5 et un 8, mais on verra si c'est 85 ou 58.
I'm pretty sure these numbers...
D'accord. Donc 85, hein. Oh là là. Sérieusement, là? Bon bah si c'est pas 1900, ça pourrait être 1800.
See here? It really was the year of the neon sign. Good, now I've only got to catch a taxi and hurry to the airport.
How did it come to this, Laura? Has the hunter become the hunted? What are you doing? That place you're going to is evil, ancient and twisted. Yes. Sometimes to see the light, we need to enter the darkness and pray we find our way back. Pray, Lara.
Moi j'espère voir la lumière à la fin de ce jeu. Pour être honnête. Bon, au moins Lara a un joli
Thank
manteau.
God, I'm here. The journey through those woods. It seemed the trees wanted to catch, smother, and swallow me. And the blizzard's becoming more and more fierce. I should be glad I've gotten here at all. If Yatsek really worked on some nearby excavation site, then this hotel is probably the only place he could have stayed. I'll arrange accommodation for myself here and kill two birds with one stone. Maybe I should use a slightly different name. After all, I'd like to leave as few tracks as possible.
Ça va s'appeler Laura Durando. Bon ben, nous voilà, je suppose, en Finlande. Hein. Alors, le 8 octobre 2012, nuit sombre du nord. Tout est calme, seul le vent hurle. D'ailleurs, il hurle effectivement, ça fait un boucan fou dans mes oreilles. Faisant tourbillonner la neige derrière les vitres de la voiture. Je suis assise dans la voiture en face du motel, à quelques kilomètres du village d'Inari. Au milieu de ce désert de bois sombre et sauvage, la lumière des fenêtres paraît spectrale. Si Jacques Sec et les autres gars d'Argo se sont arrêtés quelque part, ce doit être ici. Il fait de plus en plus froid dans la voiture et l'hiver devient insupportable. Il est temps d'y aller. C'est une Polo?
I got a car from a small car rental service to keep as low a profile as possible, and this is how it ended. I'm just happy I even got here. I definitely don't want to drive anywhere now. The ice has to be quite solid now. When I imagine the darkness under it, fish hitting that translucent roof trying to get some oxygen. A frozen lake can be a very scary place. Max could talk about that.
On pourrait faire plein de dessins avec des poissons effrayés.
It's in Finnish, but it should read Dirty Harry's. I haven't seen any other place around where people from Argo would be staying.
Et du coup, elle en déduit que c'est là qu'ils étaient? Ouais.
I wonder how they remove the trash from here. Although it's so cold here, it must be hard for anything to spoil.
Comme les cadavres, par exemple.
There are more than enough logs, one of the few things which are plentiful here. Whoever they belong to, I don't think they need them in this foul weather.
Bon, vous préférez quoi? La salle à manger ou le vestibule? Moi, je dis qu'on a faim. Et dans mes poches, j'ai la photo, le médaillon et mon portefeuille.
Not my problem.
And whose is it then? On top of which, it's impossible to cook well even with poor supplies, but you would have to want to.
Yeah, pardon me then, next time. Miss? How did you get here? Professor, we have a visitor.
How did you get here? Ça, c'est une façon d'accueillir ses clients.
Some documentary movie. It looks like viruses, bacteria, not particularly pretty. It seems that all they receive here is one channel, and I just switched that over.
Quelle horreur.
I should switch it back to the original channel. The snow is quite boring after all.
Ouais, et puis il y en a assez dehors, hein.
There's some bottles with lemonade and iced tea inside. Although I'd prefer a tea, it's quite warm here and I feel I could use something cold too.
Hey, if you want one of those lemonades, it's €3.
Ah ben... Mais bon, c'est vrai qu'ils sont mieux de nulle part, donc...
That man has some serious problem with his stomach. Maybe I shouldn't eat anything here. We'll see if it's just a waiter or maybe the hotel proprietor himself. I'd put my money on the latter. Fortunately, according to what I overheard when I came, he speaks English well. There are keys for all the doors in the hotel here. There are even small keys from wardrobes and cabinets, but I can't reach them over the bar.
Je vois pas pourquoi tu le ferais non plus, mais bon. Ok, on a des cartes.
It's full of promotional brochures, but there's also a map of the area. I could use that.
Acheter mes cartes.
It's a map of the surroundings.
Those maps are for free. Promotion, you know. Feel free to take one.
It
Alors,
is a tourist map. It's a map of the Inari surroundings and the local lake. I have no idea what to do with it now.
ok. Mais au moins on l'a, c'est déjà ça.
What a lovely bell for calling for service.
Je vais appuyer dessus.
Pickled cheese, chips, peanuts. I guess the chef hasn't been here for some time, if ever. All that's not covered by the crossword is covered by Argo. There's a note underneath about who has what room. Klaus Schneider has room number 1, Justin D. Bateman has room number 2, and Theodor Jacek has number 3.
Donc c'est la chambre numéro 3 qui nous intéresse. J'appuie là-dessus.
Nice, isn't it? Guests use it to call me when I'm not here. I'm Harry Koponen. Sorry for not greeting you properly. You took me a bit by surprise. Not many people visit us here. Not this time of year.
But it's not caused by the time of the year, is it? Why such modesty? What about telling the lady here where she has come to?
Oh, the professor likes to exaggerate. There are some strange things going on lately. Yes, but this is an unusual land. Things are a bit different here.
And what things are we talking about now?
Well, they found some newsman in the lake. He had a burning cross carved into his forehead. So now people aren't exactly rushing here, Miss.
Leroy. Madame Leroy. And that dead man. Somebody investigated it, didn't they?
Sure. The police are searching around here pretty thoroughly. Didn't find anything. The newsman was milling about the burnt monastery not far away from here. I told him it is an evil place. But supernatural things seemed ridiculous to him. He didn't believe they exist. Well, his mistake.
Attends, un monastère qui brûle, on parle de Memento Mori 1 là?
I need a room, at least for tonight. I don't really want to go anywhere else in this weather.
Yes, that's wise. But it will be a bit of a problem with the room.
Why? You're not going to tell me you're full, are you?
Well, it's not that simple. I have 2 free rooms, but...
Oh, really? That's odd. I don't know about any free rooms.
You see, that's the problem. I'm speaking about Argo. The company rented all 3 of my rooms. Now only Professor Schneider stays here and the 2 other rooms are empty. But only Argo people can use them.
But I only need to stay until tomorrow. It can't hurt anybody.
I'll be frank with you. I have a contract with Argo. They're going to pay for all my rooms for at least 1 more month. But if I broke the contract, the professor here will blow the whistle. They may cancel the contract and I'll be left with just those few euros from you for tonight. So I'm sorry, but it won't happen.
But where can I go to? First you tell me it's not safe around here, and then drive me out into the night?
Jesus, drop it. Okay, wait. Let me think for a while. If we...
No, those rooms belong to Argo. That's not going to change.
Yeah, thanks. I almost forgot that. I'm really sorry. Really.
So that's great. What am I to do now?
Only someone from Argo can do something about it. I mean, only Schneider. You see, my hands are tied in this.
So the technicians from Argo really stay here. No matter what, I have to find a way to get a room.
Oh là là. Mais l'autre, le vieux là, il travaille pour Argo. Ils ont loué des chambres et il y a 2 types qui reviennent pas et ils se questionnent pas. Je comprends pas. C'est abusé. J'ai l'impression d'être débile quand je joue à ce jeu. C'est terrible.
But I really need to get a room here, or at least somewhere near.
Well, there's one place, but it's definitely not near. The road leading there is probably snowbound and looking at that junky car of yours. No, you won't get there. Not with this wreck. You'd get stuck halfway and freeze to death. And moreover, there may be something worse than cold out there. Much worse.
That Argo, what are they doing here?
The same as everywhere else. They specialize in restoring old buildings, renovating paintings, cleaning old rotten books and such. And here they worked in the burnt monastery. Well, worked is the correct word. Professor Schneider and those 2, Bateman and Jacek. Jacek has gone to the States, didn't even say goodbye. And Bateman, well, that's a weird thing too.
Weird? I don't want to be nosy, but when you've already mentioned a dead body...
Well then, you're probably not going to like this. Bateman left to take care of something the very same day as Jacek, but he should have returned a long time ago. I think you know where I'm heading. I said it to the cops too. Gentlemen, Bateman, he's going to come up the same way soon, because there's a beast creeping around. This is exactly what's going to happen. You'll see.
So you're saying that Bateman has disappeared, and Jacek? You said he's left?
Argo had him relocated to San Francisco. It's strange, though, that he's not come back yet. I heard that they were done with the work there.
No, the work in San Francisco isn't done. Something bad happened at the site, and because of that it wasn't possible to continue. That's why Jacek was to return.
Oh, I know. But you said he had some kind of accident? Supposedly he was hospitalized. Maybe he was severely injured.
Are you listening to me at all? I said that Argo called and that he was released from the hospital long ago. But if he's not back by tomorrow, I'll continue the work myself.
Sure, especially when you can barely get up from the table.
And whose fault is that? If there was a decent cook here instead of you using whatever you use to cook that stuff, I would be just fine.
Yeah, people are lining up to work here. Well, so much for Argo.
Oh là 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 là. Ils s'engueulent comme un vieux couple, je trouve.
So you think Bateman is dead too?
Well, he left a message for the professor saying that he's going to accompany Jacek to Helsinki and buy some spare parts they needed for that digging of theirs here. It was almost a month ago.
So you think...
The professor says that although those spare parts are hard to get, he certainly should be back already. In my opinion, he got them, was on his way back, and when he was somewhere around here in the woods, then...
Then what?
This is a weird place, Madame Leroy. Sometimes a few meters is enough to make someone lose their way. Even before, people got lost here from time to time. Some people just disappeared. And now that corpse... Moreover, someone like Bateman was the type to come across something.
What do you mean?
The man was odd. Such a quiet person. Always lost in thought, and he never smiled. This Bateman, he lost his wife, Beatrice, somewhere in America, and he looked like he was waiting for death to come to him, too. And that's not good, because he who waits will live to see Miss Leroy. And then he had this terrible argument with Jacek? Jacek was greedy, money-grubbing, so if it was about money... But the one who shouted like mad was Bateman. Would you believe that? Weird guy, really.
Il en sait des choses pour un simple tenancier d'hôtel, hein?
What about that Jacek? I think I may know him. He didn't leave some contact information? Don't you know where I can find him?
Well, you're not the only one who would like to know that. He was to return here from America. Schneider is still waiting for him, and the man just vanished into thin air. Maybe he got involved in something bad.
Why do you think that?
Normally, he wasn't a bad person. Unlike Schneider and that weirdo Bateman, it was at least possible to talk with him or to play some poker. At least when he'd not had too much to drink. They say he had problems with drinking even before, and I can believe it. When it went to his head, he totally lost control. Maybe that's why he argued so violently with Bateman before he left.
Didn't he write his address in the visitor's book?
No, I only have a contract with Argo, and anyone who works for them can stay here. Schneider deals with that. No one tells me anything.
And he's been away for as long as Jacek?
Exactly, it's been about a month.
Oh là là. Bon. C'est pas très conventionnel, mais je vous propose de faire une pause ici et qu'on reprenne la discussion dans le prochain épisode. Parce que je sens que ça va durer encore. Ce type est censé n'avoir rien à voir avec Argo, mais il en sait tellement. Donc bon. Je vous propose qu'on continue l'investigation dans le prochain épisode. À bientôt!